Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be doing my March 2022 supply and coloring book haul. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I've got a bunch of stuff on my desk and I'll clear it up in just a bit, but I think we'll start with the supplies and then we'll go into the coloring books, and then at the end of the video I'll talk a little bit more about a no-buy that I'm putting myself on in April. So let me clear this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing to show you is this. I did get some Paul Rubens metallic watercolor, and it's still packaged up. There's only 2 colors that I've unwrapped, and I know it's going to sound weird, but these pans don't have any name on them that I can tell, or even a number. And so this might be one of the things that I might have to swatch out, but the number of the paint is on here. So I've had to put this in here so that I don't lose it. I don't know that I actually need this, but yeah, so that's why there's only 2 unwrapped, because I'm like, oh, it seems like a lot of work. And so I did pick these up because they are metallic. I did try out this purple one on a page and it works well. I think my Gansai Tombi or my High Chromatics actually work a little bit better, but I do need to do a little bit more testing with this. But I did want to get some metallic watercolors, and so I picked up these from Amazon. And if there's anything that you see in this video that you're interested in, definitely let me know, and I can just send you a comment via your comment, or a link via the comment. But I've learned that over time, putting links in my description box does not get a lot of traction, but it's a lot of work. So the effort versus the outcome just doesn't make sense to me. So if there's anything you'd like to get a link to, just let me know. And then I purchased these. This is an Ohuhu 160 count water-based marker set. It came with the case. And it's a little interesting. Well, and interesting in both good and bad ways. So there's a variety of colors, but one of the downfalls that I see, and I don't know why it's designed like this, maybe so that everything can be accessible, is these 2 things are not attached. You can flip it open, but they're not attached to the case. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense because now you can use all sides versus only being able to use 3 of the sides if this were attached, but it seems a little weird. And then when you look at the colors, there seems to be some color families, and then it seems to get really sporadic. So I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was in here, but they're all numbered. So it's not like they're in the wrong order. They're in numerical order. It's just, I don't know why they're in the order that they're in. So anytime I want to look for a blue, I need to take all of these out just to make sure I'm not missing anything, and then flip through all of them, because as you can see, there's blues in various sections. It does come with swatch charts. I'm not going to do that. It comes with this, and I guess that's good, but it's not helpful because the way that markers, whether they're water-based or alcohol markers work on pages, can be different, and depending on the whiteness or the lack of whiteness of the page, it can also change the color. So, I mean, it gives me an idea of what the colors are. There's definitely lots of blues, but it doesn't give me any kind of indication of why these are like this. So yeah. I had bought these because I really enjoyed using my Tombos in my Circle of Life coloring book. And I thought, well, the Super Tips, they're just so disorganized to me, and I don't want to buy a case for it, which is dumb. I could have gotten a case cheaper than I got this. But I thought, well, I'll get some of these. These do come with a brush marker tip. and then actually a very fine liner. So you could actually do some journaling with this. You could do some writing with this, but it does have that brush tip, so you can actually get some fine detail work done with that as well. So I like it, but they are definitely not as good as Tombows, but for the price, it makes sense. And I noticed that in the Circle of Life book, where I can't do as many washes of color with this before the paper starts to pill. I did not notice any of that happening when I was using my Tombow, so I'll definitely have to do a little bit more experimentation because I only did a small little section. But yeah, I'm happy that I got these. I definitely will use them. I don't purchase things just to have them. I do purchase things, whether it's supplies or coloring books, because I want to use them and love them. It's just, it is a little unwieldy, so when I do color and whatnot, I just have to be very mindful of, because they're numbered, it makes it easy to put them back and then just pull all the colors that I think I might need and then put them back that way. My desk space is very small. I don't know if you can see the whole thing in camera, but I only have maybe 6 inches on either side and maybe like 5 or 6 inches tops and bottoms, and that's my entire desk space. So if I have this open, then I can't actually have the coloring book open as well. So yeah, it's interesting the way it's designed. It is a lot of beautiful colors and you cannot beat the price. So these are my Ohuhu water-based markers, and I believe it did give you the option of getting the barrels in either white or black. Most of my alcohol markers, I believe, are black barreled. White barreled? I don't know, but I thought the white one looked nice, so that's why I chose this one. So there's that. And now we're going to start on the coloring books. I did get this because I have the, I think it's Enchanted Faces, the pocket-sized one by Hannah Lynn. And while I don't have any kind of pressing need, at least at this moment, to get her full-size coloring books, I really, really like the pocket-sized one. And I've only done 4 pictures in the other one, and there's 15 each, but it's a really cute coloring book, and it's really small, and it's just really quick. So I did pick this up, Sweet and Simple Whimsy Girls, Mermaids and More to Color by Hannah Lynn. I picked this up here, Rococo A Go-Go by Carla Magana. I didn't realize she was coming out with something new, and then I saw this, and I'm like, okay, once I saw the flip through, I'm like, okay, I'll get another one. I wasn't on the radar to pick up another Carla book, but the pictures are just too cute. I do have a buddy color with my girl Chelsea, so we're going to be doing this one. And then I actually have a completed page, which is that purple tab right there, but I will be showing that to you guys in the completed pages. I do have a flip through of this if you're interested in the images, but that is Rococo A Go-Go by Carla Magana. I also have a flip through of this one, The Way Home, a Galactic Coloring Book by Morgan O'Brien. If you did not see the video, I am doing a group buddy color for April. And it's going to be this picture right here. So if you use the hashtag Grogu in 2022 and then post this completed page on Instagram, we'll just have an ongoing gallery of this coloring book pages, and actually do plan to do a group buddy color for the rest of 2022, hence the name of the hashtag. So if you do have this, feel free to participate. If you've already colored it, feel free to just post it on Instagram with this, or edit your Instagram post that you might have done and just insert the hashtag Grogu in 2022. I also have a buddy color in here with my girl Pixie. Pixie is the one who inspired me. She had actually DM'd me the cover of this, and once I realized it was little baby Yoda, I'm like, oh yes, I need to have this. Now, that's what Grogu was called in the first episode, or the first season, I believe, of The Mandalorian, which is where he's from, because he looks like the baby Yoda. He's not Yoda, he's Grogu, or he's also called the child. But either way, whatever iteration you know, it's a really cute coloring book, and I do have a flip through of this. This one I was inspired to get by Miss Anne of Pretty Pages 71. She did a flip through of this, and I did my Amazon Japan order wrong. She has shown that Yuri or Eureka or whatever, that little sketchbook mouse book on her channel. I'm like, no, I don't really like coloring animals. And so I did my first Amazon order with my Erie book, and then she did this flip through. I'm like, oh, I have to have this. And so I picked this up with some other books I'll be showing you in a little bit, and I should have just added that to the cart because the more I see it, the more I want it. But with Amazon Japan, at least shipping here to Hawaii, it makes more sense from a cost perspective to get 3 or 4 books versus just the one. And if I go to Etsy, it's actually a few dollars more factoring in shipping than if I went to Amazon Japan. So the way that I calculated was I looked at that sketchbook mouse book on Etsy, and it would have cost me $30 to include shipping. If I got it on Amazon Japan, it would have cost $26 to include shipping. But if I added maybe 2 or 3 other books to the order, I could have gotten the entire order for maybe like $60. So it does, because shipping is stacked, it does make more sense just to get multiple books. But when I talk about the no buy at the end of the video, you'll see why I'm not going to be getting it anytime soon. This is a really cute one. Like a lot of Japanese coloring books, it does start off with a lot of information on how to color, how to blend, things like that. But once you get into the actual book, the images are really cute. They kind of give me some eerie vibes. But it's just these 2 little characters just going through the market and just various pictures. And so it is double-sided, so I wouldn't be able to use alcohol marker, but I will be testing water-based markers. I do have those Ohuhus. I'm sure this will be perfect with pencils, but the images are really cute and they're really sweet, but they're not too difficult. It's not fully, cover or page to page, tops to bottom, sides to side, full of images. It definitely lends itself to being really cutesy at the end, but not too overwhelming. And I think it's a really cute coloring book. I will be doing a separate flip through of this, I think, although you can check out Anne's page because she has a flip through. Obviously, that's what inspired me to get this. But this is, oh, of course I didn't write it down. But it's these 2 guys through the marketplace. And that is another coloring book I picked up this month. This one, I didn't put my label, but I was inspired by Poet because I believe she just recently got this, and I've had my eye on this, but Sonia of Sonia Mixed Media, she's doing a month-long color along hashtag whatever for anything entangled, and I didn't have any entangled in my arsenal. I do love that book that I got that I was inspired by Doodle Robot, the Color Me Calm. I love looking at these images. I know for some, all of this on the page is very overwhelming, very intimidating, but I don't know what it is, but I find just looking at all of this very relaxing. And even though there's so much going on the page, I still would do block coloring. So like this, I might have maybe 3 or 4 colors of alcohol marker on the page and then just do some detail work with some glitter gel pen and call it a day. So all of the flowers would be all purple, and there'd be some yellows and there'd be some greens, and I wouldn't get too concerned about all the little spaces. Just wash it out and then figure out if you're going to detail it or not. But I thought this one was really cute, the Eerie Entangled, and this is work by Angela Porter. Angela Porter also did that one by the Color Me Calm, the one that I mentioned that Doodle inspired me on. So I really like her work. So I got this one specifically because I know that Poet has that. But then this is the one that I actually had in my cart because there are some images in here that I think are absolutely spectacular. So this is Entangled Landscapes, again by Angela Porter. And these are actually the first 2 Creative Haven books that I have in my arsenal. But what I love about this, and I think I will be doing a flip through of this and putting it up on my channel, is I love the little vignettes. And so if you're in a Joanna Basford book or a Rita Berman book, both of them do little vignettes of items, but they are standalone. What I like about this is there's little vignettes, but they're all kind of connected together. Now, they're connected by all of this zentanglies and doodly thing, but they're still connected. So I can decide to color just this and call it a day, or just this, or do little projects every evening. And I think it makes it doable versus having something that's just like the book I showed you, where it's just all one image. Because I do have this tendency, once I start a page, I do want to finish it within a certain time frame because I know I'm going to get bored. But I don't know, there is something about this that I find so striking. Now, I know that Doodle Robot has some Creative Haven books. I don't know that she has these, but she has some that she does pencil work on that she enjoys. For the most part, this is going to be probably alcohol marker worker for me. I might try those Ohuhu water-based markers in here, but just look at all these little scenes. Now again, it seems super busy, but all of this I would probably color one color. All of this I would probably color one color. And then if I need to, just highlight some of the aspects with a glitter gel pen. And we're done. So the busyness of the page doesn't bother me, but the flow and the composition of it, I think is absolutely gorgeous. Of all of the ones I saw, this one I definitely knew I was going to get. And then the Erie one, I do like that as well. I don't generally am a seasonal colorist. So it's April, Easter's this month. And I've got a few buddy colors that have some eggs in it, but otherwise I don't know that I'll be doing a lot of Easter themed things, but then I don't generally do a lot of seasonal themed things anyway, except anything kind of like Halloween-y, because I really like Halloween as a holiday. But yeah, I'll do a separate video flip through on this, so just be on the lookout for that. But this is Entangled Landscapes, an Angela Porter Creative Haven coloring book. Now, when I got that other Japanese or Amazon Japan coloring book, the one where they're going through the market, I saw these as recommended. I don't know that I've ever seen these being flipped through, so I will be doing flip throughs of these. And luckily, this is in English, or at least the title. So this is the Around the World Trip by Funo Yanagawa. And this actually gives me a lot of Rita Berman vibes. And so it's just, it goes to various places. This one I think is so cool. And I will be doing flip throughs of these. But there are some places in the 3 books that I got, because I did get 3 of them, that I've never seen in any other coloring books. So I think it's just really cute. The paper is a little on the thin side. It's actually a little thinner feeling to me than like an Erie page. So I will have to test out mediums in here. It's certainly not a alcohol marker book because you will ruin the other side, but I will be testing out pencils, of course, and then some water-based markers, and then just going from there. But this is Around the World Trip by Funo Yanagawa. Again, I will be doing a flip through, and you'll see that posted on my channel within the next few weeks. Another one in that series, or from that same artist, so Funo Yanagawa, is A Fairy Tale World. And again, pretty much the same format. What I find striking about this is some of the places that they've gone, but also, unlike a lot of the Japanese coloring books, there's none of that intro pages where it shows you how to blend and how to use color theory and all of that. It goes straight into the coloring book. And as you can see, it's kind of Zentangly, it's kind of Rita Berman-y, and I just love it. I find these things so striking. And so again, I will be doing a flip through of this. I don't know if I'll be doing separate flip throughs or just one long flip through, maybe one flip through with all 3 of them, just so that you can see them compared side by side. That might be a little easier Because I know when I'm looking to whittle down what kind of books I want to purchase, I actually like seeing an entire collection worth of books. And then that way, if I know like for Hannah Carlzon, I only want to get one or two, then I can look through all of them, do some comparisons versus having to watch multiple videos. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but you'll definitely see a flip through of this in some kind of format in the next few weeks. And this is A Fairy Tale World by Funo Yanagawa. And then the final one that I saw from that artist, at least that was recommended to me on Amazon Japan, is Music Rendezvous. And again, that's by Funo Yanagawa. And it's very much the same style. And again, countries that I've never seen featured in other coloring books, so I really love that aspect of it. And it's detailed, and yet to me, it's very simple. I think this would look great. Some of these pages in M. Bean's One Color Challenge, where you just do shades of just one color, and then it would look like if you did this all in oranges or yellows, I think that would look very striking and would look like some of the Portuguese or Spanish tile work that's out there. But I think it's just really interesting and pretty. And this is one of the few ones that I wanted to do a flip through with you guys with my haul video, as well as do separate flip throughs before I start coloring it, because I actually have been wanting to color this, but I do want to show you this completely untouched first, just in case you're interested in getting it. So this is Music Rendezvous by Funo Yanagawa. Now, I wasn't going to get this. I'd actually seen a flip through, I think it was the Coloring Diva, who was able to get this before it was due to be published, or due to be released, I should say. And I'm like, no, there's so many double page spreads. And then I watched Danny from Calligralicious, and I'm like, oh no, I have to have this. I have to have this, because his enthusiasm was absolutely contagious. And then Poet and Deb and Pixie all were like, oh yeah, well no, we're getting this too. And so as you can see by the tabs, I already have, I think, 4 or 5 buddy colors in here. So it is a really beautiful book. As far as I can tell, it's not like some of Kirby's other books. Well, no, I don't know that the Worlds Within Worlds had any find a thing in it, but it's all myths from around the world. And I think that's what really sold it for me when Danny was doing his flip through, because it gives me some context on what these pages are. So, page 18. So page 18 is the river snake from Canada. And I don't know what it is, but this to me isn't necessarily that interesting of a page. But knowing that this actually means something out there somewhere and is interesting to the people in that area, that makes it more interesting to me. I don't know why. But yeah, it's a beautiful Kirby book. I'm definitely glad it was less of the fragile worlds, because I don't like coloring animals. Because this, even though I know it's based on a real place, I'm going to color it the way I'm going to color it. I just like knowing the backstory of it. And I know that all of his books have this, or at least I think I do. I rarely look at the back of the book. But there was something about Danny's enthusiasm that just sold this book to me. But this is Mythic World by Kirby Rosanes. Now, the last 2 books, this one and the one I'll be showing you, I did not purchase. So this was actually a gift from my girl, Pixie. It's called Keyhole Worlds. I believe she has done a flip through on her channel. And this is totally giving me some Kirby vibes. And so we're actually going to be doing this. Pixie Evers of the Humanity and I will be doing this page as our April buddy color. And it is such an interesting book. So I think what I like especially about this book is you've got your little center vignette, but then you are truly looking through a keyhole. And so you can tie this in by way of colors. You can make this all beautiful and vibrant and then just kind of scale this back. You could do nothing, but I think it's a really interesting color book, and I'm looking forward to doing future pages in here with the ladies in this. But this is Keyhole Worlds coloring book, and is there So I don't see any information on who published this. And if I can find anything on Amazon, I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, it's a really cute coloring book. Definitely gives me some Kirby vibes. And I'm so thankful to my friend Pixie for sending this to me. It does have that matte cover, and so it's great for filming purposes. But I don't know that I like the touch of it. And sometimes you can see fingerprints on here. But yeah, Keyhole Worlds, a coloring book. And then the final one, my mom actually gave me, but this is something that either she had purchased or my sister had purchased. I want to say this is a Barnes & Noble's tag. It might be Borders bookstore, but it's old. It was something that they were going through some boxes in the garage and they found it, and she thought I might want to have this, and I absolutely do. And the way that the pictures are on here is it gives you the line art, but it also gives you the line art of where to shade. And so let me show you. If you look at this picture right here, it's not a perfect example on how to shade because there are definitely some shading outside of that, but it does give you some ideas of where to put the low lights or the darker shading on the picture. And then the images themselves are just really cute. So I'm going to be adding this to my arsenal. I don't know when I'll be actually coloring in this, but that actually segues nicely into what I wanted to talk about my no-buy for April. Usually pre-March of 2022, I only had maybe 3 or 4 coloring books in my arsenal that did not have even a single page colored in it. I don't get fussed about whips, but I do want all of my coloring books to get some love and then just kind of cycle through them as often as I can. But with the recent purchasing that I've been doing, I've got a stack of maybe a good 15 to 20 books that I have never colored in. And so before I start adding more to my arsenal, I'm just going to focus on all of my buddy colors, and I have an extensive amount of those, but also just getting into books that I have not colored in yet. I also will need to be reconfiguring some things in my room because I am literally out of space on where to put these, and I don't like having things just sitting on my desk just because my desk space is so small. So while I'm doing a no-buy on coloring books, I'm not going to put that on supplies. As far as I know, just looking at all of my stuff, I don't need any more replacements of things. So that's really the only thing that's going to get purchased if I run out of something and I need to replace it. But for April, I'm just really going to be leaning into the stuff that I have, and then coming into May, seeing if there's anything out in the community that I want. Now, it's only the 3rd of April, and I've already seen some haul videos like, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that. But I don't need that. I want it, but I want to actually give some love to what I actually have first, and then spread the love somewhere else. But that's it for this haul. Some of these I will be doing flip throughs. If you're interested in a flip through of this, let me know. There is a colored page in here. This one right here. And I don't know if my mom did this. I don't know if my sister did this. I'm leaving this. I'm not going to complete it. But yeah, if you'd like to see a flip through, let me know. I don't even know if this is still available. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for following me on this journey. And as always, aloha.